I'm simply offering you a path. You can step onto it, follow it, and achieve results. I stepped onto it, followed it, and achieved what I have achieved. I want to share this with you. This path that leads to results, I want you to walk it too and reach your own success, just as I did. For more precise work, it's necessary to receive oral transmission from a teacher and to practice it constantly. At first, you train in a simulator, how astronauts or pilots learn to fly, learning to control themselves and master virtual space, to operate the equipment, and to develop their initial skills. In the same way, we enter a simulation, but in reality, into such work. Everyone will enter thanks to their own intuition and effort. Everything is individual, and each person must experience it for themselves. Working with texts, prayer, making efforts, constant, steady, all of this develops the vessels well and brings results. We should also know that echoes of our spiritual work can reach the body. This means that our work has been done thoroughly and well. If echoes of our work can reach the physical body, someone might sense smells, tastes, or feel chills. Someone else might experience emotions, maybe laughter, maybe tears. Spiritual work can extend to the body in many ways, and that's a good sign. When we study our teaching, especially together, in a shared space, it brings inspiration, and the feeling comes to us through the unveiling of mysteries, and these are intimate details of spiritual experiences that are being revealed for the first time right now. Here, in a community of people who have gathered to study all this. And no one has ever written about this before, they only spoke. And hence, using terms like Keter, Chakma, Bina, Zir Ampin, Makut. And after that, you need to engage your feelings. Maybe what I am writing and revealing to the world right now will become like a new prayer book. And people will gather together and pray in this way. And simulation, when we say as if instead of the Creator, ideally, everyone would reach such a state where the Creator truly responds to them, and not where a person does it artificially. But to begin with, we study the model of establishing contact with the Creator. The middle line, receiving the light of the Creator, this is one of the most important and difficult topics that must be understood and worked through, and here experience in the realm of emotional perception is needed. A person must be able to feel the Sefirot, to balance between them. Work with the screen is also added, whose task is to precisely balance and measure the level that allows one to determine, on a sensory level, this or that sensation. If a person delves into only one of them, his inner balance will immediately be disturbed, and then there will follow a fall into the state of a single quality, a disconnection from the source of light and the unity of the Creator. Baal HaSulam, in the book of Zohar, describes this state as the ceaseless movement of trembling and sweating sacred animals. It is like a person walking on a tightrope stretched over an abyss. One wrong move, and he could fall and be shattered. It is necessary to develop the vessels of the middle line. These efforts in Kabbalah are called the 12 transverse boundaries. Instead of dealing with 6 forms of sensation, we will be dealing with 12. They are similar to the 12 tribes of Israel. This is not just the work of the right and left sides, where deviations can occur. For example, the right line is characterized by excessive passivity and reliance on the Creator. He does everything, and everything comes from Him. While the left line is marked by excessive pride, as if I act on my own and can do without the Creator. For this reason, only the middle line is considered holiness. And these are balanced desires with screens, which allow receiving the light without losing connection with the Creator. Our task is to learn how to attract and repel the Creator's light through the screens of our inner boundaries, which precisely measure and limit us from incorrect perception. And this absolute harmony and balance within the inner world prompts us to remain in a state of movement, the union of masculine and feminine qualities. A connection occurs between the light and the vessel, an absolute harmony between the Creator and the created, where both sides are equal and do not cancel each other out. They unite together, and that's why it's necessary to precisely measure your sensations of attracting and repelling the light. Therefore, you need to draw in the light by reducing the egoistic feeling of for oneself, and then move into gratitude, where a passionate desire is revealed, for the Creator to be revealed to all the created beings, and I am an inseparable part of them. And all these feelings must be held onto, not losing a single one. Simply put, love and a firm intention, which grow into confidence in one's personal purpose and strength, unite with the collective desire of all the created beings, and the drawing of the Creator to oneself thereby creates balance and connection between the upper and the lower. All unity is expressed in the sphere of Yesod, which is the quality of the righteous, reflecting the manifestation of the higher in the lower, and also influencing the Creator so that he fulfills his desire, thus uniting the upper and lower in a common connection. Each person must independently learn to do all these transitions and then train themselves to feel this way, and when this is developed, we will be able to make these Yichudim without words, briefly referring to the transitional states. Read aloud, take one Sefirot, work through it separately, then take two, work between them. On the transitions, then take three. And so, keep increasing, saying out loud, the Sefirot, memorize their names by heart, then try to feel what you understood with your mind, and so on. The assignment written in the book is to independently work through the Yichudim in the middle line, to bring it to a sensory experience and not just settle for simulation, but rather wait for the Creator's response, which can come at any time, in any place, as a gift from above, to truly wait for his answer. Then such Yichudim prayers can last for hours, days. It's different for everyone, depending on how they develop their vessels. This is a model built on the middle lines of the screens, the transitions between the Sefirot, between the construction of the Partsufim, and so on. Ideally, one needs to learn to work with nothing, without letters, without texts, without the body, without physical reality. To go beyond the senses, beyond visualization, beyond everything we know in this world. To learn to be in the spiritual. Letters, names, as I have said many times before, are used only in cases when a person cannot hold their thought without imagination, or if they're distracted by some problems. You can use thoughts with visual images to keep your mind focused. Through imagination, you can bypass the world of thoughts, but really, it's better to go beyond the limits of imagination. When you expect to feel something, it's just your expectation. Maybe right now you're being given the chance to feel something that you have never felt before, but because you're expecting to feel something that you've imagined. Many people wait for an answer from the Creator in the way they've pictured it. And everyone imagines something like, he will answer me like this. Some people think the heavens will open and a voice will say, I'm here talking to you right now. The Creator can reveal himself however he wants. You shouldn't limit him. Listen carefully to his answers, because it could be that you're waiting for one thing, he answers you. And you don't hear what he's saying, you're just waiting for some experiences and feelings that you've made up for yourself. But in reality, maybe he is actually sending you feelings that you don't recognize as his answers to you, and you think it should be something else. There's no such reality where nothing is felt. When a person feels nothing, they're dead. That's when they're dead, they feel nothing. Or rather, they do feel, but not through the body anymore. There will still be someone who feels. You will feel not through the body anymore, and what you feel, the way you perceive the world, those are already some kind of feelings. So there's no such thing as I don't feel anything. You do feel, but you want to feel something else. The question is, why don't you pay attention to what you are feeling? You don't feel yourself in complete perfection. Maybe that's actually the very yearning for the Creator. You just interpret it incorrectly. You need to interpret yourself correctly. You have to wait until you get an answer, and when you do get an answer, you'll see 100% that it's not you answering yourself, but it's him. But if you keep answering yourself all the time, just imagine. Imagine you'll be asking me questions and then answering them yourself. But it's obvious to you that you're the one asking and the one answering. So pay attention to when you're the one asking and answering, and when you're actually being answered, not just answering yourself. No one else can see this except you, only you can notice it. But there are countless nuances and different variations of what could happen. It's endless.